What's going on YouTube? It's Jesse coming back to you with another video, and in this video I'm going to talk about what kind of client to target as an inbound closer specifically. So we're not talking about email copywriting in this video, we're not talking about setting, inbound closing, which is one of the biggest things that has allowed me to make a full-time income online, selling other people's products over the phone and Zoom for a commission. The reason I got into inbound closing in the first place was because I wanted to be able to work remote. And this definitely allows you to work remote if you get a role. And there are thousands of roles available. Before we dive in, if you'd like to learn everything about inbound closing, writing emails, as well as setting those three skill sets, it's all inside the HFM program. You can book a call below to chat with us, and we can see if you'd be a good fit for it. It's the fastest way to get to $10,000 to $25,000 a month. It's literally hand-holding. Here's how to set up your business. You can straight up DM me whenever you get stuck. Here's the exact templates to use. Here's how many cold emails to send. Here's what to say to them when they respond to you. Here's how to get them on a phone or Zoom call. Let's hop on a one-on-one Zoom call and figure out how we're going to close them. I'll obviously be in the shadows, but helping you along. It's micromanaging you to success. And then the final step, how to send the contract, get it signed, and start working and actually fulfill the service, which I actually help you write your very first emails so that you know what the hell you're doing and you don't fuck it up. I'm all about learning on the fly. We don't have time to waste writing emails all by yourself. It can be helpful, but I'm all about getting you the results as fast as possible. Do you really need to be worrying about writing emails when you haven't even gotten a client yet? Do you really need to be learning how to close deals with a phone when you haven't even got a client yet? No. Stage one is getting a client, and that's what the HFM program is all about. You learn everything when you need it, not before. And that's the problem with so many programs. You learn all at the beginning. They give you all these training videos, and then what happens? You get overwhelmed, you give up. So instead of you learning all the back-end stuff, you learn step by step by step until you're at the finish line. And then at that point, you've done everything, so you don't need anybody to help you anymore. Every program that I've ever bought, and I've spent at least $18,000 in programs, the best programs were the ones that micromanaged me to the finish line, where I got to text the owner of the course or DM them. Not the ones where I just got the training videos and I was left to myself. Anyway, join the free Facebook group below as well. You can get a lot of free content in there. The biggest perk of being an inbound closer is it's fast money. You only need one client to make a full-time income online, whereas if you're doing a setting role or you're doing an email copywriting role, you're going to need multiple clients to make enough money to live the freedom lifestyle. With inbound closing, you only need one. Now, what the problem with a lot of people that want to get into inbound closing specifically is they try to target these clients that are the famous ones. So they'll go on YouTube, they'll go on Facebook, and they'll see the guys that are running ads, right? And they'll reach out to those coaches. And I personally recommend you target coaches and consultants. You don't go try and target, e-commerce stores and other kind of online businesses, service-based. I recommend you start in the coaching and course selling and consulting niches. It's the easiest to get those kinds of roles. Not that there aren't plenty of inbound closing roles in other niches. There's sales jobs everywhere, remote sales jobs everywhere. But the fastest money that you can make is selling info products. So don't target the famous influencers, the famous coaches, consultants, businesses. I recommend you don't. Because if you do, you're going to be sweating alongside every other sales rep online that has the same goal as you. Because a lot of those famous gurus that have these kind of roles are running ads to get people like you. So they have a ton of money. They're not going to settle for you if you have no experience. Absolutely not. They're not going to give you any money. They're not even going to give you a shot. Probably not. Unless they like you enough that they give you a shot, and then at that point you probably won't even have the skills to do it. So what you need to do is target influencers that are small, that haven't gone through a bunch of these agencies that supply sales reps. Why? Because first of all, they're not going to know every single detail about closing. So when you come in, you have a better chance of looking like a big shot. And they're going to be a lot more chill about the role. Hey, do you want the role? Cool. You're going to get this off my plate. I've been having to do content and close deals. Now you can do that for me. I can just focus on content. Whereas with the bigger guys, they're going to be like, how many deals have you closed? What's your close rate, percentages, all that. It'd be sweating. You don't want those kind of clients, especially when you're starting out for inbound closing. Target people that aren't as big, that are making like 50 to 100K a month. Even the smaller ones that are 30 to 50, you can get those deals as well. They're not going to have a ton of lead flow, but that leads me to say you can have multiple clients as a closer. You can make a deal with the client and be like, hey, I want to close all of your phone deals from Monday to Wednesday, and then get another client and close their deals from Thursday to Friday. And make sure, obviously, you tell them both, hey, look, only allow me to get calls Monday to Wednesday, put that on the calendar. And then the other client, you tell them, hey, only give me Thursday to Friday calls. And you can piece the two clients together to make a full-time income that way. That's what I would recommend. You get smaller coaches and consultants that are just starting out, they're not as big, and get 2 on your calendar, maybe even 3. These coaches aren't going to have a problem either with you doing multiple different clients because they're paying you straight commission. They're not paying you a base salary. so there's no risk for them. And they're going to understand we don't have the lead flow, but we appreciate you closing our deals. And they're going to understand too that the big dogs, the big closers that only want to make $30,000 a month and will not settle for anything less are going to have no part in their business. So they're going to have to stoop to your level, the beginner closer, because they know that if they go to the Facebook group, try to hit up these bigger closers, those closers don't want shit to do with their business. So when you come along and say, hey, I'll take your 5 sales calls for 3 days, they're going to be super thrilled that you're taking that off their plate. Well, not all of them. Some of them are going to still want to close their own deals because they're in that specific transitional income stage. But a lot of them will be super happy that you're taking over the workload, and they'll even understand, hey, you got another role over there? Yeah, I don't have the lead flow yet to give you, closer. And that's it, really. One of the biggest perks, too, of being able to work with these smaller coaches and consultants is they're giving you time to warm up. They're allowing you to make money while you practice. There was one group I used to be part of for inbound closers, and the majority of people in there didn't have clients, and a ton of them were practicing with one another. Practicing with one another is it's shit. Like, you'll be able to learn stuff, but when you're in the heat of the moment on a sales call, that's when you really learn. Because, you trying to sell another sales rep and practice calls, call isn't really a true call. One sales rep is trying to keep the call going to allow you to practice. That's not a real call. So it's giving you time to practice with less on the line. Anyway, if you are interested in getting an inbound closing role as fast as possible, you want to learn how to cold email to get that role, as well as cold DM. I recommend cold email mainly, but there is cold DM strategies, obviously. Anytime a social media platform exists, you can DM to get what you want in this world. It's all inside the HFM program. We teach you exactly how to get these clients to respect you enough to actually work with you. A lot of people that are getting online don't understand. They're in a hurry to make money. They have a scarcity mindset. They have a tiny little runway. They got to make it work, right? They're not thinking long term. They're thinking short term. I need to make money fast now. They don't set their stuff up properly. And then they wonder why they can't find clients, because the clients don't respect them enough to respond to them. So it's absolutely critical that you lay the foundation correctly and not skip that part. That's the most boring ass part, but that's the most critical part as well. If you'd like to learn all about that, again, book a free call below and chat with us about potentially enrolling in the HFM program. It is the fastest way to get you to a full-time income, hand-holding you to success, not showing you and then leaving you, micromanaging you to the finish line. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos. Peace.